Good afternoon. President Lee, I want to welcome you to the city of Philadelphia, the birthplace of American freedom and democracy. It was right here that our nation began its journey, and it's been here in this city at our naval shipyard that we've built the American fleets that have protected our freedoms at home and abroad around the world since 1776. Today, Mr. President, with your visit and with the dedication of the great workers here at Hanwha, we are now writing the next chapter in that story of American freedom and democracy. It is fitting that our two nations, which share such strong ties, will write this next chapter together. And it begins right here in Pennsylvania, right here in the city of Philadelphia, Madam Mayor. We are proud that our Commonwealth is home to over 52,000 Korean Americans, and that South Korea is a significant trading partner, employing thousands of Pennsylvanians at great companies like Hanwha. Pennsylvania is open for business, and we want to grow our economy and attract more investment from Korea all across industries, from life sciences to manufacturing to, of course, shipbuilding. We are particularly excited about the significant investments that Hanwha is making right here at the Navy Yard. Because of your partnership and your commitment to Philadelphia, we are poised for dramatic growth right here in this shipyard. And the Commonwealth has invested millions of dollars in the Navy Yard, which will help maximize Hanwha's investment. We are also eager to work with you to locate more of your operations here in Pennsylvania. I want you to know, under Secretary Seiger's leadership, we have created the Pennsylvania Hanwha Leadership Task Force. We call that the PHL Task Force, which will help expedite permits, build a strong pipeline of skilled labor, ensure local and regional partners are working together, and put Hanwha in a position to succeed here in Philly and to build these ships fast. As President Lee and I discussed in our meeting earlier this afternoon, we are both leaders who focus on three letters in our work: GSD. We focus on getting stuff done. And that is what we will do right here at the Hanwha Philly Shipyard too. Together, we can grow to more than 5,000 jobs here and dramatically increase the number of ships that are built right here each year, including a significant number of great-paying union jobs as well. When I met with David here last month, I appreciated just how close of a working relationship management here at Hanwha has with our unions. Philly is a union town, and Hanwha and President Lee understand that. I appreciate how the President has been devoted to organized labor and worker rights in his country, and you will see that same spirit here in the Philadelphia shipyard. President Lee, thank you for visiting the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I appreciate your partnership. And to D.K. Kim and the leadership here at Hanwha, thank you for helping us build on our legacy of shipbuilding, taking an industry that has had its roots right here since 1776 and ensuring that the future of American shipbuilding runs right through Pennsylvania. Thank you. You too. I know you got a lot of questions. Let me just say, this is a big day for Philadelphia, big day for Pennsylvania. Another example of how we're growing our economy. We're working together to get that done. And in this case, we've got an international partner. I was here at Hanwha about a month ago talking about these issues, talking about this expansion, and now we're getting it done. And so I expressed to President Lee and to DK and David and the team here at Hanwha just how thankful we are for their partnership and how we're now about to build the next chapter in our American shipbuilding story that started back in 1776. We're going to build it now in 2025 and beyond right here in Philadelphia. So working hard on a number of issues. I look forward to your questions on whatever you'd like to ask.
Governor, you know, we got to ask you about SEPTA and the budget and where things stand on that. I heard you say yesterday that you are open to using that transit fund money in conjunction with something recurring as well. There has been some suggestion that you could move money from that fund on your own. Have you ruled out doing something like that on your own? In other words, does this have to come from a deal?
We need recurring revenue for mass transit, and the only way to get recurring revenue for mass transit is by an act of the legislature submitting a bill to my desk for my signature to become law. It is time for the Senate to act on recurring revenue. We've shown them a number of different pathways to do that. It's time for them to show that they've got the votes to stop playing politics, to close the deal, and to get it done. People here, not just in Philadelphia, but in each of our 67 counties, rely on mass transit to get to work, to get to school, to get to doctor's appointments. It's time to get it done, and I want a bill on my desk that provides recurring revenue, and the only way to do that is by the legislature finally acting. I proposed my budget and my fix for mass transit 203 days ago. The Senate has only bothered to come to work 26 times since that day. It is time for them to act.
Last time I saw you in Harrisburg, I asked about whether these cuts would be in place before there was a deal. Obviously the cuts are in place. We've now had the first day of school. People are also looking forward to an Eagles game coming up next week. And there's going to be a lot of traffic on SEPTA that day. Do you expect this deal will be done before the Eagles kick off?
The reason why the SEPTA cuts went into effect is because the Senate has failed to close the deal. They failed to close and get the job done here and provide recurring revenue for mass transit, something we need in each of our 67 counties. I'm mindful that there are school kids that ride the bus, there's parents that ride the bus, and yes, there are Eagles fans that ride the subway and ride other mass transit. We've got to get it done. The time to close is now. The Senate's got to put up the votes and show they can do it.
I've got one more thing on the fund. I'll let somebody else jump in. I know you said you are open to using that fund in some way with recurring revenue.
Recurring revenue, Lauren.
How do you get past the concerns that SEPTA raised and the PennDOT secretary raised about taking money from a fund that is used for capital purposes?
Well, again, what the Senate did was they basically robbed the capital fund that exists today, where there are projects that are currently earmarked for those funds or currently have shovels in the ground. It is clear that what they did, in addition to taking that money for mass transit operations, they took that money for road and bridge repairs. That money needs to remain used for mass transit. It's time to get the holistic deal together that has recurring revenue. The Senate knows the path forward that I am comfortable with, the House that is comfortable with. It's time for them to close.
Dave Shepardson from Reuters. You said today that Dave Shepardson from Reuters. You said today that Pennsylvania is open for business. I wonder if you were referencing President Trump and all the tariffs and sort of the uncertainty that South Korea and other businesses are facing given tariffs and other issues in Washington.
Pennsylvania is open for business, but President Trump is making it way harder on us. Not too far from here is our port of Philadelphia, where you have big container ships bringing lots of different things in here. We're one of the largest destinations for fruits and vegetables. We're also one of the top destinations for automobiles, including Korean automobiles. Those automobiles, like Hyundais and Kias, are going to cost more to consumers here in Pennsylvania because Donald Trump slapped a tariff on them. Understand, we didn't have to have this tariff fight, but when Donald Trump pushed that button, put the tariffs in place, it drove up consumer costs. I don't know why the President of the United States would want to increase costs, but that's the situation we're in. Things are costing more already, and they will cost a whole lot more in the future because of Donald Trump's tariffs.
Governor, the state saved this site for shipbuilding. My dad used to work here. The governor's, Pennsylvania saved this site for shipbuilding. Public money coming in at an important time. They're hemmed in. You got planes going where the next train's supposed to go. You got, roads grabbed the dry dock next door. Have they asked you for help in finding other sites and getting some relief and getting the stream dredged?
I think it's good news that this shipyard is so busy. And Joe, you've been covering this for years. You know that we went through a number of lean years. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has invested here, not just me, but my predecessors as well. And so we're thrilled to see how well they're doing. We're also thrilled to see the prospect of Bellwether become an amazing opportunity there, combined with the port where we've been very active in working with Norfolk Southern on that deal, and combined with what's happening down at the sports complex. This entire area is booming. In terms of what Hanwha may do next, we've been in lots of talks with them. I'm not going to get into our private conversations, but the fact is Hanwha wants to expand, and we want to work with them to help them expand in this area. Okay?
Last one over here.
Like Philly shipyard does not have a dense cluster of experienced
Not have a
dense cluster of shipbuilding workers. So, how's your plan with Hanwha to train 200 workers annually through its academy processing? And one last thing is, Korea has just announced the 70 million extra investment plan. So, do you think you can use some money to the employment improvement by chance?
We are thrilled that Hanwha is going to expand operations here in Philadelphia, both what was announced today and I know the things that they're thinking about for the future. In order for them to build more ships, they need a lot more workers. And we've got the best, most highly trained, highly skilled workers in the world right here in Pennsylvania. We are committed to working with Hanwha to expand the apprenticeship programs, to expand the training programs. I'm proud, under my leadership as governor, we've doubled our investment in VOTEC. We've doubled our investment in apprenticeship programs. We've expanded the number of apprentices, and in fact, during my time as governor, we've ran 33,000 new apprentices through our various apprenticeship programs. From shipbuilding to being a farmhand and dairy herd management, we've got it all. So I'm investing in those skills. We're going to work with the private sector like Hanwha to generate more capital to do those investments that are going to be critical to ship making. We know that we've got the labor here in the Philadelphia area to do it, and we're committed to training them.
Awesome.
Thanks,
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
See you.